a lot of organizations are sort of fixated on getting the plumbing right, right? So that's the MQL to SQL, and how do our leads come in through forms, and then what kind of drips are we going to put them through, and what are we going to warm them, and then we're going to get them off to sales. And I'm not saying they're devoid of a content conversation. There's probably a download that drives the initial component, but there's certainly a huge emphasis on what's going on under the hood to get all that plumbing, that infrastructure working. And I would say that a lot of times we're brought in and we're looking at this messaging and we're looking at the landing pages and we're looking at it downloadable, being like, okay, well, what's going on here? Like, you can have this great machine underneath, but if it's not aligned to going back to that concept of the content itself, it's not going to perform well. In fact, in many ways, everybody kind of has a similar type of workflow now to a large degree, going from lead to revenue. It's almost like soon it'll be more about the content. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I also think a lot of organizations, it was touched on before, it might have been Robin, but um, sometimes they come from a place that they don't really know what should go where. And then there's a lot of overthinking that happens. Like, what does these 3 emails and this nurture look like? And my approach is, let's take it right back down to simple. And this email should really have 1 or 2 core takeaways. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think once you break it down like that and you say, well, look, today's emails, I'm going to timestamp this podcast, but in 2021, they're usually like 200 to 300 words tops. There should be a lot of bullet points, maybe 2 paragraphs, each with 1 to 2 sentences. Really set the tone, and then have value prop bullet points to push back up into that tone, and then some kind of call to action, and you're done. Make it simple. People's attention spans, they don't want to read essays in an email, right? And so even then it's kind of overcomplicated. And so we bring it right back down to just basics. What's the one takeaway you want someone to get from this email?